shotgun now. Here's an inside give.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
53. Tackles. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Allen. That's complete to Hightower. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Play 56. Here we go.
Here we go. Touchdown, Buffalo. John Hightower with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bills have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Hines on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run on first down. Hines. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Hines, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The ball carrier.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Hines. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 7.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
Jerry Hughes,
a solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bills' 39-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Good gain by Chris Carson. Picks up a first down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
On first down, Hines. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. With Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. This is Hines. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
The ball carrier.
Naeem Hines with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
The score, Seahawks 14, Bills 13. Michael Dixon.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down the field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35.
Come on and get it.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score, Bills 20, Seahawks 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers.
And that's caught inside the 35.
If you were me, you do this
he
too.
Will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. 79 yards. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front.
The kicker on for the extra point.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
Now a give, right side. Cottrell, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And the Bills will move the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now they'll throw with Allen. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Being chased out left. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Strip that ball. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, they're scared.
They'll run on first down. Cottrell. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Mike 56.
From the 27, Allen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 16 yards, a first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On second down now, Cottrell. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
He was brought down.
There's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
So 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all in Orlando, he'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun throw for Stick. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Seahawks 27, Bills 20. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
The Bills' 26-yard line.
Here we go. 50.
On 2nd and 9, Stick.
He's running, he's running.
6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Complete to Nyheim Hines.
Nyheim Hines
Touchdown, Seattle.
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
makes the score Seahawks 34, Bills 20. Michael Dixon.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On play action, Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Goal at the 7-yard
Now
line.
the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Mike, 53.
On 2nd down, Cottrell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt.
Check pass. Check pass. 53's the mic. 53's the mic. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Allen gonna throw. This will be caught at about the 6.
Allen's
And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
A 3-yard loss. It's now 4th down and goal.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills are forced to settle for 3. Well, not the best 1st half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the 2nd half.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
That's the end
so we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this carries into the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
All day, every day, any day. Check.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's good.
Most of the damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
56. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 5.
Step on.
A big play here for the Bills. And even 40 yards.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bills draw a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
31.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. On the return is Hines. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
A gain of 14.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. 19,
They run with Hines. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about where they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. He made the read. He was able to make the play.
He's brought down.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Off play action, it's Stick. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And the ball is knocked out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 22. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Let's get him. Come on. 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the alert.
Now this time, Allen will throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Second and 7 at the 19-yard line.
53, check 53. In your face.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Operating from the gun. Allen. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Stephon Tuitt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
56, right there, 56. Good try.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass from the right hash, and this one just a chipping.
2-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Bills have tied the game here in the 4th. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, the bad news, they had the turnover last time. The good news, their defense only surrendered 3. So now we are set up for a great finish, all tied here in the 4th. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Hey, check Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got him.
Stick from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check.
Now Stick. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
On the play. Brings up 4th down.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They're going to run this with a tight end. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Let's get there. Hey, check Mike 20.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
Watch the screen.
They run again with Hines. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
He was
just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st down, Seahawks.
It's Hines, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here.
Check 26, check 26. Check.
Here's Stick looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. He's got it, hit the 15. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 41 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 13-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. They're going to go play action now with Stick. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
This is all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
The ball carrier.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
At the 40-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one.
Hey, here we go. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine, baby. You're all mine.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Today's final score.
So the victory here for Seattle. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer Tim Karen said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do. as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
So for the Seahawks, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.